I'm John Foxy and I'm having a Final Fantasy XIV online adventure, Run Reborn and Chong John of the West. And yes, I'm going to do this quest up here because it's through little caves, I think. And I wanted to correct myself, so I walk the opposite direction. What a fool I am. Let's get on the chocobo. Yes, I wanted to correct myself because I said that I mentioned the Drake equation, and I said that was a reference to Star Trek. That's not a reference to Star Trek. It's a real life equation that happened to be on the Next Generation once. I don't know why I said it was a reference to Star Trek. If you don't know what the Drake equation is, I will explain it in a little bit. I'm just going to hand in this quest first, because yes. So I'll explain after I find the guy I need to talk to. Yes. Oh, there's Kazuna. So it's good to see me again. Wondering how she's doing. Of course, she's fine. Don't worry about it. On my account, she has everything she needs. Mostly, there's one thing I could do for her. She needs 3 anglers alive, but enfeebled. She believes they'll be sufficiently weakened. They can be caught with simple sacks. So yes, I've got a quest from her. I've seen some of the anglers before, and let's get on my bike. Yes, the Drake equation, in case you're interested, is I think, if I remember correctly, it's a calculation or a sort of how much life there is in the universe. So what you do is you figure out, you count how many galaxies there are, and you know the average amount of solar systems in those galaxies, and the likelihood that there'll be a planet within the Goldilocks zone. That's the distance from the sun. Not too hot, not too cold. That's not a term I came up with. That's actually what they call it, the Goldilocks zone. And it's quite a lot of leeway on the Goldilocks zone. Every so often you read about people saying, you know, if it was a meter out, then we could be burnt. You see, it's so unlikely to be in the Goldilocks zone. Well, it's not quite true, because well, planetary orbits are elliptical; they're not circles. So yeah, there's some leeway there. But yes, and then you find out all that information and you make a calculation. Obviously, there's a likelihood of a planet having the right minerals and materials to, you know, water essentially, and of course you need that to have life. And you figure out the likelihood of all those things. You times it by particular numbers, and you get the amount of life that is likely to be in the universe. It's the Drake equation. Let's leave that one alone because you've got to enfeeble. So I've got to weaken them. So I'm not going to use raging strikes. So yeah, that's as I remember. If you're actually interested, just look it up, and I'm sure there's a much better explanation on the internet somewhere of what the Drake equation is. I'm sure most people don't actually care. Anyway, there's one down. Don't know if I should be using Thunder either. Don't want to accidentally kill anything. And you might have noticed as I was explaining that I was going the wrong direction for a bit. So don't do scientific explanations, John. It slows you down. And, well, you're not a scientist, are you? Are you, John? No, you're not. You're a computer monkey. That's what you are. That's what your day job is. It's rather non-specific, but I don't want crazy people tracking me down. Even though, with the internet, it'd probably be really easy to track me down. There's a dune angler. That's what they're called. Let's use a blizzard. He's got eyes on stalks. Looks like the flying spaghetti monster. May I be touched by his noodly appendages. Appendages. There you go. That's the word. Ramen. There we go. Let's not hand that in yet. Let's go over here and do this quest. Let's take my company chocobo. I was going to get adventure out, but I've got to ride all the way across the desert anyway, so let's not. Not just yet. I do want to get him, though. I want to level him up. Because he sounds like he'd be useful. Particular situations. There's somebody with the first name Sol. I'm judging that guy. I'm judging him so hard right now for having his first name be Sol. Unless he's a jazz musician, he cannot be called Sol. Oh, whatever, you can call yourself what you like. I don't care that much. So let's lure out this great warrior. Wonder if it would be Gilgamesh. No, Gilgamesh is going to be like a thing they add much later on, I imagine. Like some sort of massive boss, instance boss or something. Anyway, it's an Amalja. Is it him? No, Overfiend. What? No, he's just doing the same thing as me. Right, let's go to the destination. I was confused then. It's like, he doesn't look like an Amalja warrior. Amalja are like massive beasts. I think they have 4 arms. I can't quite remember. Mournful cry echoes across the desert. There he is. Oh, 2 armed. Where did I get 4 arms from? Who's got 4 arms? Someone else. There we go. And let's make sure I get my own one. This doesn't seem to be too much problem. Get out of that. Doesn't seem like that. Stone Spike Tanad Ga doesn't appear to be that strong. Escape him. There we go. Transpose. Get on my horse. My mount. Blood Ogre Hex Magics. I'm almost tempted to do that just because of the name. I assume it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers reference. Blood Ogre Hex Magics. Yes, as in Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I think that's the album. There doesn't appear to be anyone here. Let's leave it alone, shall we? I think I'll die if I attempt that by myself. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. What they've got, they want to get and put it in me. Alright, that's all the references. I know a load more references, but I'm trying to make them. I want them to make sense, you know, somewhat. That's my line. Somewhat makes sense. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of more. Yeah, and I'm just completely at a loss. I'm remembering songs, but not lyrics. That would make sense. Yeah, because I'm having to go for. I'm having to talk. Otherwise, I'm leaving gaps of silence. So I'm trying to remember lyric to the other side. That seems like something that would take him on the other side. How long? Whatever. Yes, and I'm not quite remembering the lyrics, and I can't talk while I try and remember, and vice versa. So yes, I had 2 references there. One of them didn't make any sense at all, to be honest. But I think I did okay for the time I had. Let's hand in this quest. I've killed your bloke for you. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Yeah, he is. I killed him with my fire. I was about to say face, and that wasn't true. Yes, it's a fine necklace. It'll make an excellent trophy. Well, it's my trophy, really, not yours. The spear belonged to one of his brothers. He knew when he spied it from afar, he'd be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did he discern my intent, or was it dumb luck? Either way, I've impressed him. So you should tell me of the ingredient. Oh yeah, I'm trying to make that guy's meal. Alright, so... oh, gloves that are... Oh, I skipped out. That thing was actually better than me. Did I? I can't remember now. No, that was another quest. But some new gloves, that'd be nice. So he's willing to tell me the ingredients I seek. Shame he did not meet when he was still with a company of heroes. I would have made a fine recruit. Apparently. There's no point dwelling. So, sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds a demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch my quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. Indeed, that was the lesson he was trying to teach me. These worms prey on smaller creatures of the Sagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. I just killed them. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east, so let's kill them. The blood will drive the worms into a feeding frenzy. If my skills are lacking, it will devour me as well. But I'm going to go towards the closest quest, which is upwards again. Let's get on my chocobo. Just get hand in the quest. Yes. Sounds like the thing to be doing. Let's go through the red labyrinth. Find that cat girl. The Miqo'te, or whatever they're called. There she is. Yeah, I got your anglers, even though I know I need to kill more. Huh. Was she going to get worms as well? She switched to archery and thought anglers a mite slowed would be a fine practice target. It's interesting. She would not have dreamed of picking up the bow before, but some things became clear after that Amalja hunt. When she returned and spoke to Miqo'te, he suggested that she might be more suited to fight at range. 'Twas he who showed me how to shoot. He even gave me these arrows, the heads of XIV barb. She is fortunate to have both Miqo'te and Miqo'te watching over her. We're a tribe, and what we take from others, she wishes to give back someday. You see, she's the middle line, and whereas the two leaders obviously are two edges, and she's found a happy medium. There we go. And so she's sort of wiser than both of them in some ways. This is so she's going to train. Would not praise or skip rebuke, different though they may be. Either the one would make a worthy noon. But she's not too wise, believe her. She still gets a thrill and a half from putting arrows to these slimy monstrosities. So there we go. So let's track down some worms. Take a sip of drink, yeah. The music in this game is starting to get a little repetitive. It is an MMO though, so, you know, there is a certain amount of grind to be expected, of course. Do you think there's somebody in this with their name starting with A, and they just shun them? An observation that makes much more sense if you can, like, if you're watching this on full screen, you can see that all their names begin with U. It's U, comma. Yeah, whatever. Shut up, John. Oh, yes. And is this for my waist scarf thing? She's become an archer. Why, that's brilliant. He can't believe he didn't think of it himself. And those XIV barb arrowheads. Miqo'te spent hours shaping those. Well, well. Hate to admit it, but he is a better man than he gave him credit for. Still, he shall receive no quarter for him. So he intends to lead the tribe, even though he kind of suspects some of what the other guy did. And let's take the sash. Carrefour. Oh, it's not in there, is it? It's in my armory chest. So, there's a veteran sash. And let's convert it. And I've got a vitality material. That does sound useful for tanks. It's only material 1. Still, vitality +1. Not to be sniffed at. If those are worms, Children of the Sands, that does sound like worms, but I don't think it's the same worm quest that I've done before. Let's check it out. 12 minutes left. Missed quite a lot of it. What's the difference between that quest and the 700 other? I don't know, but let's get off and kill as many as I can using ice! Let's get as many as I can. Try not to die. Like so, yes. There's not much I can say really. It's just ice, baby. Peas, chips and gravy. No, I'm not going to justify why I said that. You either know or you don't, and it's not a cool internet reference. Let's get out of there before I die. Right, this probably be a good time for my chocobo to be out. Because, yes, I'm at a massive risk of dying right now. Luckily, they do those conal attacks, so I can sort of get away from them. There we go, and there's one still on me. There we go, 7,500 for not a lot of work. I've got an achievement, burning a hole in my pocket. I must have made a certain amount of money. Oh, I have 3,000 and a half. Oh, let's kill this guy. Yazon. 3.5 certificates, it looks like. There we go, that guy helped me out as well, that dragoon. So I've got a quest. When the worm turns, I have to get up very early in the morning to get the worm. It's kind of midday or late night, depending on which frame of reference you're using. Look, speaking of Star Trek, look, it's the worst Star Trek film they did. The Star Trek Crappy Rebellion, Insurrection. That's it, where Data kind of went secret watching. Whatever, it was a crap film. Why the hell am I talking about it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's kill some anglers. Oh, so they're a special type of anglers, apparently. They're just called anglers. They should wear jeans, then they could be anglers and wranglers. And they could hang out with the bananas in pyjamas. Yep, it's quite late. I appear to be talking a load of bollocks. Why break a habit, eh? So, oh, I just needed one. And yeah, I know I should have used transpose and got all my mana back, but it's going to come back slow. So, there's the Welrick worm. So, El Harara appears to be on that quest as well. Surprised there isn't more references to the film Dune in either my commentary or this game. Just use this, John. Yes, yes, I am trying to think of one as I speak. Oh, and there's the territory. It's weird that you have to play something and then walk somewhere else. Is that it there? Oh, wonderful. More Deeb! There you go, that's the best I could do. I'm not entirely sure I pronounced that correctly. I haven't seen the film in ages, or read the book in ages. So, you know, I would... There's a ton of obvious references I'm missing out on. But I remembered More Deeb. It's his name, obviously. It's his Fremen name, but it's also a you know, sort of, it became a weapon in the end. He didn't even need to use the weirding machine. It had power. But I'm thinking of what he screams near the end when he's riding on the worm, and I just don't remember. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I let you down. Yeah, I'm, you know, just gutted. Gutted I am. I really should know. I'm fond of that movie. I'm fond of that book. It's just nothing's coming to me. I remembered it was a weirding weapon as well. I think that's how you pronounce that. And of course, were they in the book? And were they in the films? Obviously, they were in the books. But I don't know if they worked like that in both. I get confused between the two different versions, obviously, because one of them's a bit I was about to say the director, but technically speaking, the director is Alan Smithy, because the director disowned the film. But it's an obvious who actually did it. And I've forgotten his name. This is the one I've done loads. So yeah, if you want to disown a film, if you've seen QI, you know already. That's how I know that one. Yeah, Alan Smithy. So yeah. So Alan Smithy does all the crappiest films in the world, and June. So I've caught my quarry. And Alan is Latin for rock or something like that. It means rock. There you go, some other QI knowledge. Probably more fun just to watch QI than to have me regurgitate it. So my skills as a hunter are rival those of his best. He applauds my success. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before he ships it to Westgate. Worry not, he will have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. I must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. He regrets to say he knows not of its location. For the nonce, I should return... I really don't use that term, please. I should return to the Costa del Sol and seek Westgate's counsel. But hold on a moment, since I'll be meeting the captain again soon, there's something he'd like to deliver. Let's take the gloves. I think I'm going to let you go after I put the gloves on. There I go, I look a little bit different now. So let's repair... No, what? Let's... Oh, I can't. I'll figure that out later. Anyway, I've been John Proxy, having a Final Fantasy XIV online adventure. Channel John of the West, to have a Realm Reborn. I've said that completely out of order, haven't I? That's wrong, John. It's all wrong. Anyway, I'll see you all next time.